Hi, Todd VanDenburg here with VanDenburg Capital Management and another Uncommon Sense update. So, Happy New Year, everybody. Just another normal day in the markets today, normal day in our country. Just kidding, that's sarcasm. As many of you know, last night or yesterday in Georgia, there was an election for 2 Senate seats. And one of those Senate seats has been called for the Democratic candidate. And the second one hasn't been called yet, but the Democratic candidate is leaving by, I think, like 15,000 votes. So we'll see what happens in the next day or two. I fully expect there'll be recounts and all that, lawsuits and all that kind of stuff. But let's assume, as I have, that the Democrats are going to take those 2 seats. That's going to basically mean that the Senate will be split 50-50 with the Vice President, Kamala Harris. She would be casting the deciding vote. And that means that the Democrats, would control the Senate, the White House, and the House of Representatives. So, we'll see where the election goes. I mean, it might be a couple of days till we have final news on that, but it's something that we should expect and be planning on for what the new government will look like, going forward. But that's not really what I wanted to talk about. So in weeks past, I'd made mention that if those 2 Senate seats went to the Democrats, that the Democrats were going to be increasing taxation on corporations. And as they increase that taxation, that reduces the profits of corporations. And when you reduce the profits of corporations, that typically results in the stock market going down. So as I had said back then, the plan was at least to look really long and hard at, making some sales to try to stay out of the way of a potential drop in market values. So when I woke up this morning at 1 o'clock and made the mistake of looking at my phone and saw where the election was going, I started making plans for some sales this morning that I would make on the market open. And by the time that I'd had that all structured and ready to go, it was about 3:30 in the morning. I started following more of the news and the data that was coming out, and the market futures were not trading down as I would have expected them to, given what all the experts had been talking about in the prior months. So then I started looking at some other indicators. The 10-year Treasury yield went above 1% in aftermarket trading yesterday, meaning people, knowing that the Democrats were going to potentially take both of those Senate seats, were selling their treasuries. So again, I started digging some more, and what I found was several institutional investors sort of confessed that their expectation when the Democrats take control of government, should that be the way it goes, here in a couple weeks, is that their agenda for the first 100 days could include additional spending, stimulus spending and other spending between $2 and $3 trillion in 2021. And so what these institutional investors were talking about is how if that much money is being put into the economy, even though it's borrowed and it's just going to add to our national debt, which is a whole nother problem, with that much additional capital being funneled into the economy, that's going to potentially offset any impact that might occur as a result of increases in taxes. And when you add to that the Biden administration appearing to talk about like eliminating or at least reducing some of the tariffs on China goods, well, now you have these multinational corporations who are going to be able to get their goods from China at a reduced cost because of the reduction in tariffs, which again will cause them to be able to increase their profits. So that's what I think we're seeing right now, and why we didn't sell this morning when the market opened. So this could change. Who knows what's going to happen in the next several days. But I did want to at least make a point of saying that the original plan, as I went last night through the information that was available that was most current, that plan had to be abandoned. And as a result, the markets are up, and all of our account values are up too. So again, this is no guarantee that this is going to continue, and we're going to follow this even more closely in the coming weeks and months. But I guess the moral to this story is, don't make a plan and then just stick with it no matter what. It's really important that whether it's you personally or whether it's your financial professional, that these plans need to be adapted based on what's really going on in the country, in the economy, in the markets, or in the world. So if you have any questions about this or any financial matter, of course, always call me, send me an email, put a post to this update. I'll happily reply as quickly as I can. It's a little busy these days, but I can typically get back to people within 24 hours. So just shoot us a message, and we'll happily provide answers as best we can. So that was your update. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us a like, give us a share, and I'll be back again soon with another Uncommon Sense update. Thanks for watching, and again, Happy New Year. If you'd like to be the first to hear of more Uncommon Sense updates like these, please click the subscribe button below. We'd really appreciate it. Thanks again.